Yeah, peace family. What is good? What is good? You know what? Today, right now, at this exact moment, it's a perfect opportunity to talk about how to stay calm no matter what and how God does everything on purpose. We did a bunch of changes within the past 30 minutes. It still is the RPGM podcast, but we made a executive decision to change it to the Rickey Show. So welcome to the Rickey Show. And because of all the amazing changes, I just want to jump right into this amazing topic. We've had so many conversations off camera. I think it's time for us to have this on camera and in front of everybody. So with our beautiful topic today, when business bleeds over, right? We're going to be talking about how family and business may or may not mix. And who better to talk about this than us? Because we are in business and we are a family together. So I want to introduce my wonderful, beautiful, amazing, super smart cousin, Valerie Carter. Welcome.
Wow. I don't think I've ever had an introduction like that. And I don't know if it's because I'm on the Rickey Show.
Yeah.
You know, I'm really excited. And I'm please don't take that lightly. Absolutely. When I say the Rickey Show.
Yeah.
I'm so honored to be sitting in the room with family. And I think your title is When Family.
Yeah. So we talked about when business bleeds over.
Okay, but I'm gonna say when the bloodline connects.
Okay.
Yes. So
when the bloodline connects.
The bloodline connected, and I'm just so grateful to be here. So thank you for having me on your show.
Thank you for being here, and I want to have this open dialogue with us.
Okay.
Y'all. Okay. Because I'm gonna tell you one of the reasons why it was vital for me to work with you, right? Wow. That's why I saved it. We were talking about this in the other room.
Yes.
Y'all have no idea what's been going on behind the scene. So now that we're here, right? Yes. One of the reasons why it was vital for me to work with you, number one, is I am huge on breaking generational curses. That's number one.
Wow.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna stay there for a second. Breaking generational curses has been my purpose. That's what I'm here on earth to do. Yeah, that's what God gave me that assignment. And it was like, you know what? Your family doesn't know how to really be together.
Oh, wow.
Right? On both sides.
On both sides, on all sides.
On every side, right? So, and it was like, where and how do you break that, right? You got to do the most uncomfortable thing.
Have a conversation.
You got to have a conversation, right? So conversation, yes. Financially, I wanted to break the generational curse as well. Communicatively, I wanted to break the generational curse as well, right? Which is why being in business with you.
Wow.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I was like, even before we got to this point, it was like, I know what you do, but I don't know what you do. That's what I told you a long time ago. Even though at the radio station, I was like, I don't even know what you do.
You don't even know. I called and you came.
That was it, right? And thanks to my beautiful mother, Pamela. I love you if you're watching right now, which you should be.
Yeah, you better be.
Because my mama is the connector to everybody. She's the mediator. She knows everybody on both sides of the family. And she'd be like, this is your cousin. This is how you did it. I'd be like, Mama, how we can again?
Yeah.
She knows everybody, right? She was the main person, right? And I was like, Mama, how do you know everybody? But then it's like, how do we connect?
Yes.
And me, I don't like surface conversations. I don't like surface nothing.
I don't want to just say hi and be in the room.
Right. And I'm going to go ahead and say this, and I want you to kind of elaborate on how and why Black people don't really connect well. Okay.
Oh, you really hitting me.
I'm going for it. I told you that, right? Okay. And I'm just give you my preface on it. We can go far back in slavery and how we divide it and so on and so forth. But in these modern times, now we know that we have enough information about slavery to be like, oh yeah, we were separated. And that's why I was talking about so much about reprogramming. But now it's in our face and we can fix it, but we aren't fully fixing it. And we have this superficial way of saying we're a family, everything's okay. But we're not really okay. Not really okay. Why do you think at this particular point in time, 2025, as Black people, we don't understand the true definition of family?
Wow. You know, I didn't know. And it's if you don't mind.
Absolutely.
For me, sitting on this side of the table, having this conversation is a little different than when I'm sitting in your seat. So I'm going to speak for myself. I think the reason we don't get it is because it's comfortable not getting it. Because we have to force ourselves to talk about the things that we don't want to talk about, the ugly things. And sometimes we want to keep that picture looking a certain way. It reminds me of a conversation I had with some relatives that are not on this side of the family that we're connected. And they would always tell me, or always say, don't talk my business, or don't tell them anything about me. And I never understood what that was about. But they were real big on education. They were real big on image. They were great people, but it was all about the image. One of my other relatives that I'm very, very close to said, one day, hopefully before they're gone, we're going to find out what the backstory is. And there's always a backstory of why people try to cover up things. And if you're unwilling to if you're unwilling to talk about the things that are being uncovered, that need to be uncovered, then you're unwilling to heal.
So with our people not wanting to be healed, and
I think they want to be healed, they're just uncomfortable with revealing it.
Well, yes, I think.
Or maybe they don't want to be healed.
I don't think
they don't want to be healed.
No.
Okay, well, let's talk.
The only reason I say most people don't want to be healed, it's almost like I said, they endure the pain. They like to hide it, right? But just like being hurt, or let's say you cut your arm and you're bleeding, right? And you see the wound is still there. And if you see it starts turning gangrene, but you don't go to the hospital to get it fixed, right? Some people would rather die than to go
because they don't want to tell the story,
right,
of what caused. Right. Why did I get to this point?
So, right, this is why I said part of them is like they don't want it.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, they don't.
You don't want it, so you would rather sit there.
So you rather sit in shame?
Yeah. So this is the part where I'm just like, how do we help our people think like it's okay to heal? You don't necessarily have to stay hurt or have to stay covered up, and us as being the trendsetters and the curse breakers. That's why I put myself out there so much. I tell people, like earlier in our show, you was like, talk about your education. I mean, you were saying that since I'm educated, I was like, I'm probably the least educated person here. Right. And I meant that. And people like, well, you went to school, you got all this other stuff. I'm saying, well, that doesn't mean anything to me. Like having degrees and having certifications, that doesn't mean anything. Because like I said, I coach people now who have way more degrees and have more certifications than I have, right? But I realize in order for other people to heal, they have to see me be broken.
Wow. And it's funny you say that. When you are willing to be vulnerable and show that you've been through something, then you are willing to say to the other people, come along on this journey with me. Right. Because I'm no different than you. Right. And so when I think of, and since we're keeping it personal, when I think of my family, we love our family. Yeah. With everything inside of us. So hopefully, family, if you're listening in, I'm sure you're tuning in. This is not a dig on you guys. Right. But because when we're talking about ourselves. Exactly. Okay. Exactly. So we're not separating ourselves from you. And so I'm going to speak for myself. It's very difficult, I believe, for us sometimes to look at ourselves in the mirror. And then be accountable for what part we played in it. Right. It's easy to go back to say slavery or mama and daddy, but what part are we playing in it today? Yes. And so it brings me to my cousin Pam, which is your mom.
Hey, mommy.
Hey, cousin, I hope you're listening. Pam has like you said, she's the connector. Even before I really got connected with Pam the way I should, my mom would always say, I love my niece. My niece she loves her family. Right, she does. She reminds her of her brother. And mom's brother was one of her baby brothers, younger brothers, but he was much younger, but they were very connected. And Pam, your mom, has a spirit that just wants to always bridge the gap.
Right.
But sometimes when you're bridging the gap, you have a lot of people that have their own shame and their own issues that don't want to connect to bridging the gap. And so, but her calling, just like you said, your calling was to break generational curse. Her calling in life is to continue to bridge the gap.
Yes.
In spite of people not wanting to connect.
Ooh, let me pause it right quick. Let me ask you this question. Because it as soon as you said that, one of the things that I had to do recently, again, with trying to break the curses and do things that makes you uncomfortable, what was the one conversation that you had with a family member that you knew you had to have that freed you?
Oh, wow. You taking me there.
Yeah.
The one conversation that I had to have, I needed to know if I was betrayed by one of the closest family members I have.
Wow.
And I needed to know if this family member knew something that came out later, years later in my adult life. I got to find out some truths to something.
Wow.
And there was one person in particular that I had to ask him, did you know? And I knew that was going to be a crossroad to whether or not I was going to deal with them going forward or I was going to cut them off.
Yeah, yeah.
And the difficult thing of that was there was a lie that was being carried out in our family for years. I believed the lie because that's all I knew.
Right.
And it wasn't until I was 60, probably about 59.
Wow.
I was told the truth. Can you imagine at 59 finding out that something was a lie? And not until you're that old finding the truth out.
Yeah.
And when I got to hear the truth, it broke me. But it didn't shatter me. It broke me. And there was one person in particular that I needed to have the conversation with. Thank God for my husband, who just my rock. But there was one person in my family I needed to have this conversation with because this was a person that I considered my brother. And if my brother, who was also like your mom, that navigated through the family, was so connected with, he's the bridge. He was the bridge. And if he knew this truth all these years and never shared it with me, I knew I couldn't have you in my midst.
Wow.
And so I had to pick up the phone and have a conversation.
Yeah.
And thank God, and I believe in my soul that he did not know, because when I had the conversation, he came clean.
Wow.
So that was.
Yeah. Do you think if you had known, I have a similar story. Do you think if you had known earlier, your life trajectory would have changed?
I think so. From this perspective, I think I could have seen and accepted things a little different. I think that because I didn't know and I didn't understand how they were moving and why they moved the way they did, I could only deal with them from this perspective. Right. Had I understood and knew it sooner, then I can be like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
But I wasn't given that grace.
Right.
And I think that a lot of times what we end up doing is we keep things away from people, thinking that we're helping them or because of their own shame.
Very, very true. I had a bunch of uncomfortable conversations on purpose. Because again, for me, I know that I can't heal if I don't reveal. I have to expose it, and my problem, I get frustrated with people because they don't tell the truth sooner than later.
Yes.
Right. Which is actually one of my problems, and I'm gonna say problems in life. It held me back because I hate when people lie to me.
Yes.
I'm like,
yes, get out of my space.
Oh man.
Yeah.
So most of my life I felt lied to until I started having conversations, right? So I started, even my mom, I had a conversation with my mom and my dad because I always felt like nobody guided me through life. They were just like, do what you want. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I made a whole lot of bad decisions because nobody was like, do this, do this, do that, do that. So I went to blaming.
Yes.
For years. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Well, I'm over here about to just just jump over this table because I didn't so much just go, well, yes, I did. I blamed people, but I also was stuck.
Right.
I could not really come into my full purpose.
Wow.
And that's why I refuse to even engage with people that are unwilling to be truthful. I couldn't understand why God always gave me this clear vision of when someone was lying. I was always able to read a person or to see a person, but I couldn't really understand it to the full magnitude until I got hit with something so deep. And so now when I'm sitting and engaging or I hear people talking, it's almost like it's just so clear. Full of shit. I'm sorry. Yeah. I don't know if you cuss on your platform.
Yeah, it's fine.
Full of shit. Yeah. I'm not fit to engage. Right. So I think a lot of times for me in the past, I spent a lot of time really trying to make other people comfortable because I was so uncomfortable. And I knew in my soul something was off, but I just didn't know what it was.
Why do you think we do that? Why do we try to make people feel uncomfortable? Why do we keep denying ourselves?
To fill a void that has not been healed or have not been exposed because we don't know. Yeah. I didn't know why I was doing a lot of the things that I was doing, but it was something there.
Yeah.
And again, I think because we don't know.
Yeah. And I think that's, all growing up, I was always known as the happy kid, right? I was always happy. But I was like, I was actually a very angry person.
Yes.
I was actually pretty angry. So I got a couple of questions. We'll get to those in a second. Lord. But I was actually pretty angry because, again, I felt lied to for the most part of my life. So, like, when I can tell when somebody's lying to me, it would irritate
the hell out of
me, right? So that's why we talked about it before me, like going to family functions. Like, why don't you just want to go? Because I don't want to be around a bunch of fake people. I don't like.
Can I go there?
Please go there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So for me, when I absolutely love my family. We've been taught to say we love our family. We've been taught to actually love our family. Correct. And I really do. But do I want to just tolerate them anymore? Absolutely not.
Right.
If I go to a function and I'm going to ask who's coming because I need to be able to prepare myself or choose not to come. Because I don't want to just sit in the room just to be in the room to check a box to say that I want to be present. I want to be able to enjoy.
Right.
And one of the things that I think that has held me back in the past of being present in the room had a lot to do with how I felt about myself and what I knew.
That's true.
So imagine having a whole lie for 58, 59 years.
Wow. Yeah.
And then several years later, and you're dumb. I'm just a young 61, and I find out then that was a lie.
Right.
So now when I show up in the room, I'm a different version.
Yes, clearly you are. Let's pause right quick. Aaron, you got a couple of questions in here. I don't want to ignore people.
Yes, definitely. So our first question is from Kevin McLaughlin on Facebook. He asks, can you heal when you just get hurt by your own people when doing business?
I'm going to let you start.
I'm going to let you go there. Go ahead.
Oh, man.
Wow.
Oh, okay. Can you read one more time?
He asks, can you heal when you just get hurt by your own people when doing business?
Man, that's a rabbit hole. I'm gonna give you a short.
No, go down it.
Okay, let's go there. Number one, this is why we're here right now, and which is why I said I did it on purpose for the edification of our intelligence. Number one, and for the growth of a real relationship. Right, being able to say we're family, but this is also a business.
Yeah,
it's okay.
It's okay.
I can, if me and you fell out right now, excuse me, I was just kicking it. If me and you fell out right now, I could still be like,
we're family.
We're family. It's fine.
But something happened in business.
That's
separate.
When I get the invoice, I still be like, that's family.
And he gets the invoice.
I get the invoice. That's family. So, Brother Kevin, I'm going to say this, man. Why do you keep getting hurt by your people? Why do you keep allowing them to hurt you? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And if they're hurting you, they're not real family. And family is just a blanket word.
Yes.
It is a blanket word for I'm expecting something from you.
Yes.
That's all it is.
Are we expecting them to give us a pass, or do we want to? Are we expecting to give a pass?
See, that's the problem.
Yeah,
it's undefined.
Yes,
it's too much of a blanket. So it's like, we're family, so you're supposed to do this. No, you're not. If you're family, here's the thing. We were talking about this in the show, but this is why I wanted to clarify this. It is just like a marriage, right? We're only family by blood or by contract.
That's it. Blood
or contract,
That's right?
So if we're a family by contract, we married into the family, so on and so forth, that's still a contract, which is technically a business agreement that says, you know what, we work good together and we're going to grow this together, and this is how we're going to grow our family.
Right.
And we're going to help our family do these particular things, right? It's still a big business. By blood, depending on your heritage and how far you goes back. Now we start talking about generational curses and breaking different trends, right? So if you go back in your bloodline and you see, hey, your grandfather was this way, and he had, your cousin who acts this way, that's in your bloodline. Are you going to continue that bloodline? Are you going to break that bloodline and break the habits? Because blood can be regenerated and broken if I tell you the truth about yourself. So if you are hurting me, I'm like, hey, family.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah.
I don't like when you said that. And if we can't have that amicable conversation, it's over.
It's been over.
We're not family.
We just have a bloodline.
We just got a bloodline.
And I think that I'm sorry.
No, okay.
I think what we end up doing is we allow those things to overcompensate.
Correct.
So family get an extra. We hold family here, and then we hold business here, but it's all about character. So is your character the type of character that I want to connect with?
Absolutely.
So whether in family or in business, it's about the character.
It's about the character.
And since we're talking about family being in business, one of the things that I enjoy with doing business with you, your character.
Correct.
Whether it's me communicating, and I always check with my team and say to them, hey, how's everything going with Ricky? Please understand that, yes, he's family, but this is business.
Correct.
Is he responding to you the way you need to? Oh, I love working with him. That speaks to your character.
Exactly. Thank you.
Yeah. Does he show up and pay his bills like he's supposed to? He does. That's why he's still here consistently. But he became a person I wanted to do business with long before we started doing business, because he showed up on the show. Whenever he booked, he showed me his character.
Right.
And then of course he come from a good line. His mother, he came from good stock. And so I always think about that when we're going into business with people. Look at their character.
That's it. And I think this is something when it comes down to actually rebuilding the Black family, our family in general. It's just really establishing the character, the energy, the expectation, everybody's strength in the family, because everybody can't play the same role. You know what I mean? There is always going to be one person who is the main money maker.
Yes.
There's going to be somebody who's really, really smart, who's a lawyer, who's a doctor. And I'm going to go ahead and say that. And this is something that I've been annoyed with, in my own personal thought process, is how not every culture, but we know for the most part, you can find Indian families who work well together. Maybe not the best of characters, but they work well together. Their system is almost flawless. You know what I'm saying? Hey, we all going to live in this one community together. And when you graduate and become a doctor, we're going to buy this house, and then you're going to move over here, and then we're going to have this family right here. So their community is together, right? That's another thing I've been really just trying to focus. Why don't we have a community? You know what I'm saying? Why don't we have?
Because I got mine, you get yours, and that's so backwards.
And this is why I get annoyed at church too. I get annoyed with Black people in church, and I know we're Black, so we can talk like this, but. It's annoying because you go to church, you praise the Lord, you speak in tongues, you fall all over the floor. You can't even have a real conversation with your family.
Can't.
You can't hold up the godly standard.
You can't. You know why? Because you're so afraid, because you've been trained.
Yeah.
This is your family.
Right.
I got to respect my family. I can't say that. And this is what the word of God said. But even Jesus, held us accountable, holds us accountable. I'm confused.
Yeah. Look, Jesus literally, and I always say that, I said, look, don't go Bible, because there's a lot of scriptures in there where Jesus be like, I did not come to bring peace.
There you go. He did not. He did not. And we like to be, we like to make this little thing look so pretty and packaged up when it's fake. Yeah. So whether we can do business with we enjoy the Indian community or not, the thing that they got down is business.
Correct.
And there's some question on how they do business, but they're focused on what they're focused on.
Yeah. And I think if we just focus on understanding each other.
Yes.
And figuring out your strength.
Yeah. And respecting it.
Oh man, we can kill it. Also, Aaron, we got another question. Right.
Yes. Our next question is from Sophie on YouTube. She asks, can you identify the exact moment when your hustle started hurting your home?
Oh, God. Okay, Sophie. I'm going to lead this one. And you can,
you go.
Okay. All right. So this is me being fully transparent. I'm glad you asked that question, because I tell people often when they see what I'm doing right now, you literally have no idea all the shit I had to put up with. I'm talking about, this has been 17 years now of me doing this. And one of the issues I had with my kids, we talked about this on the other show, was I abandoned them to pursue my dreams. Mm-hmm. Right? Mm-hmm. Call it what it is.
That's what it was.
It was like, oh, I want to go become a musician and become famous and all this. No,
I'll come back and get you.
I'll come back and get you.
Yeah.
So for 3 years, I abandoned my family, and that cost me their vital years of 10, 12, 13. You know what I'm saying? Those are the vital. I don't care what nobody say. Look,
those are the most important years.
There are phases with kids. Your 0 to 5 is where they're kind of picking up on things, or basically they're facilitating what's happening. 5 to 9, they're absorbing everything that just is happening, right? 9 to 16, they're applying everything that they learn. So when those years, when you're not there, they're confused because they don't know what is happening, right? So whatever's not happening, that's what they harness. And when they become an adult, then they're like, my daddy wasn't there during those particular ages.
Yeah, they're going to remember that, and they're going to bring it up to you.
Oh, they did. Yeah. All 3 of them jokers. And now, that I realized, I said, oh, shoot, I was selfish. I wasn't a man. I'm going to call myself, I said, no, I wasn't a man, because I should have did things a whole lot better. But that's a whole other topic we can talk about that. When I had a conversation with my dad, too, about things I didn't know, I blamed him for things I didn't know, but I also realized he admitted he didn't know some things.
He didn't know it either.
Right? So, yeah, it cost me some vital years with my kids, sacrificing. Oh, I want to go to Hollywood, become famous, and then I'll be rich then, and I can take care of them then. Like, nah, you lost those vital years of your kid's life. And now in their 20s, they're regretting you for those years, and they're trying to learn how to become adults when you could have taught them that up until that point, but you wasn't even an adult, right? Wow. So, yeah, it cost me a lot, but I learned to take accountability and start fixing it as soon as I identified that I lost it. Oh, that's the thing.
Aaron, if you don't mind, because I got to say something to this. Can you go back with that question one more time? I love what Rickey said.
Yes. Sophie asked, can you identify the exact moment when your hustle started hurting your home?
And if I take that question and make it personal, for me, is I was working around the clock, working out of town, trying to keep the work going, the business going, everything going. And I saw what it was doing to home and to my children and to my husband, more importantly, and to myself. Even though he was very selfless and supportive, he was left alone, and I don't care. All the money in the world does not replace you being present. Because when I was home, I was exhausted. Yeah. And packing and ready to go for the next time. Right. So for me, it cost me a lot. Yeah. Thank God I had a strong man.
Man, it makes a huge, I want to talk about it just a little bit more, because this is something I had to learn over these past 5 years, right? Even my daughter brought it to me. Now that we're rebuilding our relationship, she said it too. She was like, you always work.
Yeah.
You always working. And I'm like, oh, I was taught that a man was always supposed to work, right? my grandfather, there's one thing that I never learned from any other man. My grandfather was like, you got to work. Right. And I was like, okay, cool. I'm just going to work until I die. Right. But then I realized that's also a scared mentality.
Yes. And I learned that you learned that you got to work. And I was fearful of not being able to work.
What you mean?
What I mean by that was, if I was not able to bring in to support, because I seen what it did for my mom, who worked around the clock, but if she didn't bring anything in, what that looked like for the household.
Wow.
So you grow up with those things. The things that you see, the things that you experience become your reality.
That is 100% true. And like I said, the work mentality took over. The thing I felt like I missed was the intellectual thought process that came with physically working. Yes. I could physically work all day.
Yes.
But the mindset, like I said, the mindset that helped me realize, like now, it's like, oh shoot, that's a scary mentality.
Yes. Gotta
work.
It was constant fear.
Panic.
It was constant fear.
Constant fear.
My cousin said something to me, cousin/brother said something to me. He came to visit for Thanksgiving, and he said, we all need counseling as Black people.
Yeah.
And until we go through that,
right, because
there's so much trauma, and I think we all should expose, not just Black, but I'm gonna speak from my person. I think we do need to, because there's so many hidden things there that we don't even understand.
Right.
Experiences, things that we've seen that we don't even know how to process. And if we don't learn to get that out and talk about it, we're just passing it on to our children.
Exactly. And then our kids.
Yes, are passing that on to theirs.
That's when the whole generational curse. I want to kind of debunk the word just a little bit. You had another question here? I'm sorry.
Oh, we have plenty of questions as well.
Okay. Shut up. We're going to let it go. We're so sorry.
Go ahead.
But yeah, so some of our other questions from our from the people in the comments, we have Joan Muro. He asks, if your business disappeared tomorrow, would you still know who you are, or has your work become your entire identity?
Oh, I love that. Boom. Thank you, Joan, for that question. I'm going to say, I know for a fact that if everything was taken from me, I'd be okay.
Yeah.
Let me tell you why. I've messed up so many times.
Oh, I can relate to that. Yeah.
Man, I've started over so many times. And this is what I love about being passionate, being intentional, is because I'm so passionate about being better that every time I started over, I just got better.
I got better. You know, I got to jump in that with you, because that's exactly where I'm. If I lose it all today, the one thing that I have gotten, God has given me a blueprint of how to go back and get it. So no, I'm not going to crush. I'm not going to burn. I'm not going to follow. It's going to sting. It's going to hurt. It's going to hurt a little bit.
Yeah.
But I'll be all right, because if the door closed, that means that God has already worked something out differently for me to go, another door for me to go through. So, and I'm not saying it because that's a slogan that everybody says.
Right.
It's actually what I believe.
It's
now.
very, very true. This is something else I've learned, and we can use any philosophy or metaphor you want, but this is what I believe. If you're in a situation that gets shut down, okay, it's because you didn't move fast enough. And God was like, well, shit, you ain't paying attention. Let me just
move on to somebody else and shut this door.
Let me destroy something so you can, because we talked about this earlier. Sometimes you got to get all the way hurt. That's why you asked me that question about being hurt.
Yeah.
I was like, no, sometimes you got to get hurt to realize what you do have, because you didn't realize it soon enough. So God was like, all right, okay, cool. Let me just destroy something, or destroy something, so you can recognize that I'm not supposed to, I should have been moved around. I missed all the red flags. I ignored all the red flags. So, all right, here comes the trauma. Here comes the drama. It's piling up.
Here come the loss.
Here come the loss.
It brings me back to when we were in Austin and never owned a home. We had just bought a home. We were excited. We got into, we actually were blessed with some money. And so we bought a home. We bought a new car. We was living. We were doing fine. We were doing good. My husband had a great job, you know, the job shut down, they laid off, and things got tough and got tight, and I went to freaking out. Well, we already had to sell our car to get a cheaper car to have some income to keep going. And then now we got to sell his house before we go into foreclosure and we be homeless. And we get down to the 11 o'clock hour to go for the closing to sell the house. And we get word the woman don't have the money.
Wow.
When I tell you my husband put me, I'm freaking out. That's and when I say he is steady, he is so steady, and that's my calm and my storm. It's like, I need you to get out of here because I'm freaking out. I need you to get out of here. I just need to pray. It's gonna be all right. And lo and behold, the story didn't end with us things shutting down. You just have to yeah. You don't know. You don't know till you know. If a shift is happening, there is a reason for the shift happening.
Yes.
And don't freak out because the shift is happening.
Exactly. This is something that when I keep talking about family and business, bloodline, so on and so forth, because it really, the concept is it's the same no matter what in business. That's why I say, well, how do I become a very successful multimillionaire who has multiple businesses, so on and so forth? Well, you need to be surrounded with people who have businesses, right? And there's one factor that I know now over the past 7 years, I've been hanging around nothing but entrepreneurs and people who have businesses, right? So I'm like, oh, shoot, there's always a procurement plan put together.
Always.
In the event something happens, this is what we're going to do.
Yeah.
And if that thing doesn't happen, we're going to do this.
Yes.
It's always there. That's the problem with family. There is no type of procurement plan. There's no, hey, if we have this conversation and you react like this, we need to do this particular thing right here.
Yes.
That's why I started thinking about like having real conversations. Like I get really the surface conversations, but I mean, I could do the amicable, hey, how you doing? And it's normal stuff, but it's like, you're hurting. Like,
yes. Why am I sitting here just acting like I don't see you broken?
Come on, man. You know what I'm saying? And I've been in family gatherings knowing something, and I'm looking at them. I'm like, why don't you just talk about it?
Just say it.
And then now let's fix the problem as a family together. Like family, man, I know people for a fact, you get together, folks be broke. Like not a dime to their name, can't pay their bills, no food, but they'll sit there,
Now, we need to do an offering before we leave here.
But you'll go to church and get your tithes, y'all. I'm not saying nothing about it, but look, y'all know people be like, you don't like church. No, that's not true. I just like order. I like systems that actually work. And I mean, it works together for the people. That's the whole point. Like you have a family, you have a community, you have a church, you have a building where people come together to learn the ways of God, to grow the community together. When you have a family, that's what we're supposed to be doing.
Same thing.
We're supposed to get together, talk, laugh, kiki, haha.
Yes.
How do I help your business out? How much money do you need? Do you pay your bills this month? Do you have food in your house? And we should all be able to say, no, such and such cousin, they lost their job this month.
Yes.
We need to all put money together
to help them out. Because they're always helping you out.
Yeah, nobody does that.
Yeah. And I think, again, we're so prideful.
Yeah.
And then we don't want anyone to know, especially in business. So the type of people I like to align myself with in business is people that are willing to be transparent in the low moments, as well as the high moments. Yep. Because in business, you're going to have high moments and you're going to have low moments. And I deal with those type of people as my vendors. So if you're a vendor and you're unwilling to be transparent, or I can't be straight up with you, I can't do business with you.
So we should have a new thing where family members are vendors.
There you go.
What do you bring to you had another question, Aaron? I can see you kind of looking. Sorry.
Oh, no, you're good. I'm following your pacing with the conversations. Okay. I just know we have about 4 more questions as well.
Okay. Well, go ahead. We'll have a conversation all day.
Definitely. So Herman Lane on YouTube, he asks a question.
Herman, I know that name.
He said he had a question for Rickey. What price are you currently paying for your business growth?
Okay, Herman, you go ahead. You asked, I'm gonna tell. Let's go to the most obvious thing first, which is financial. That we could just do that first, because the thing that's most important is emotional. And what's the word I'm looking for? More security as a man.
Yes.
Okay, so financially, I'm putting everything out there. I don't care.
Yes.
Like I was, look, as long as I pay my rent, pay my kids, my kids got money, I got food, all the essentials are taken care of.
I'm putting it out.
I'm swiping that. There you go.
There go my business. Yeah.
I don't care. As soon as I get money, I'm going
all in.
Because it makes no sense to think about having a business, expecting it to grow, not understanding the concept of sowing and reaping. It don't make no sense. You don't get into a business and be like, oh, I'm going to put this out and it's going to take off. No, you got to keep putting money into that joke until it finally gets to a place where it can return of interest, and you understand what return of interest is, how much you got to put in. You start allocating funds, and you look at your spreadsheets. That stuff I had to do. I literally hate doing it. I'm not going to lie. I hate doing spreadsheets.
Yes, but you had to.
I had to sit there and put all my money together. I'm like, oh, I got this money goes towards that. So yes, financially, I'm all in. I don't care. As long as the essentials are there, I'm good. God will make a way for whatever I don't have, because I believe in what I'm doing. So financially,
if you don't believe in yourself, who will?
You know what I'm saying? So on another level of securing myself as a man, this is why I do what I do now. I expose myself on purpose, because if I don't expose the insecure man, then I can never become a secure man. I have to expose the fact that, no, I don't feel like a full-on provider just yet. You know why? Because I ain't retired my mama.
There you go.
That's the truth.
Yeah, there you go.
Like, no. So until I can retire my mom, give all my kids a job, I ain't made it yet.
You ain't made it yet.
So no, you know what I mean?
Beautiful.
So I have to be able to say, no, I'm not secure just yet.
Yes.
I'm good. Don't get me wrong.
But I'm not there.
I love my relationship with my kids and my mom, everybody else. Like, she still got to go to work.
Oh, that's beautiful. I love that.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, Aaron, give us I'm sorry.
Go ahead. Give us another one.
But yeah, we have Terry Alexander on YouTube. He's asking, did you ever feel your success is bringing jealousy on you?
I'm gonna let you start that one now. That has your name all over it.
Lord Jesus, Terry, are you in my family? Are you in my?
We do have a lot of people from our Carter Crew community tuning in today.
Okay. Oh, I love them.
Gotcha.
Okay, so I do believe that success through their eyes brings jealousy. So I do think that because the more you do and people don't understand how you're being blessed when you're getting up and you having sleepless nights and you're getting up early in the morning and you're putting the work in, and they just see this part.
Yeah.
And so they measure you based off of how they view themselves. And that's where the jealousy comes from. So I have to say, yeah.
And I'm going to jump right on that and expose, we say, tell the truth, shame the devil.
Yeah.
Which is a saying, and it's so true. And you said it perfectly. I'm going to elaborate a little bit more. You see yourself in other people, okay? But you also see what you're not doing in other people.
Yeah.
So if you see a person who, like you said, getting up every morning, they're going to work, they're investing, they're doing podcasts, they're constantly putting themselves out, and every single day, only thing you're doing is scrolling and watching Netflix, and
it won't even give a like or a text or
you just sit there.
Like, who she thinks he is, or who you think he is,
man. You know, this goes back to our topic, which is why, talking about family and business. It's like, no, why would I be jealous of my cousin?
Yeah, why?
If I'm trying to do the exact same thing she's doing, how about you just invest your time what she's doing?
There you go.
I don't want to. I told you, I said, I don't want a handout. I said, no.
He did.
Send me that bill.
He straight up did. But that spoke to how much you believed in yourself.
Absolutely.
And that's the thing. We want someone to give us something. You never asked for anything. You just came and got it.
I'm like, look, I know how much I got. And if I ain't got it, I'm gonna tell you.
I'm gonna tell you I ain't got it. There you go.
You know what I'm saying? So more importantly, it's just like understanding, like, do I want to be better for myself so I could be better for my family?
Oh, I love it.
Because if I'm not better for me, I can't help you understand why you feel jealous. I want to be able to explain to you in detail, this is why you feel jealous, because you're not getting up at 4 a.m. training people and taking the kids to school and coming back home and doing virtual online sessions and trying to answer emails and trying to learn how to do AI and work out your own body and still scale your business and still, you're not doing
all that. You don't understand why I'm drained and I'm ready to, I'm not putting up with your bull crap.
And then, like I said, out of my 15 things, I literally have a 15 checkoff list every single day. Out of those 15 things I do, and if you compare your life to mine, then you're going to start feeling jealous, because then you start feeling like you're not doing. No, you're not. You're not doing enough. But if you were, then you wouldn't be jealous.
Oh, that's real good. I love. We learning.
Okay, all right. Our next question is from James Sargent on Facebook. He asked, "Did you ever feel if you had any guidance, your journey would be more easy?"
Oh yeah, James, thank you for asking that question. I think I mentioned it earlier because I blamed my mom. I'm not gonna lie. We had this conversation years ago. I blamed her and I blamed my dad for not teaching me anything. Mm-hmm. My mom was she was such an amazing person. She was one of them people who was like, you could do whatever you want to do, right? Mm-hmm. I support you, whatever you want to do. But it used to annoy me. Yeah. Because
you wanted her to teach you and pour in and give structure and guidance.
And truth is, I wanted her to do what I know now my dad should have done. Yeah. Because if we start putting things into physiological perspective, the woman's job is to be the nurturer. Mm-hmm. Hey, I'm gonna guide you and I'm gonna take care of you, make sure you got food, make sure you got a place to live. And she did that beyond like her own limitations. The nurturer. And then you got the man who's supposed to say, no, you go do this. This is what you're supposed to do. Mm-hmm. And I'm setting these boundaries for you. So I never got that. So I blame her, right? Mm-hmm. And this is what a lot of young men, I'm going to speak to the camera because I mentor a lot of young men now, right? For the single mothers who the son is pretty much taking their frustration out on the mama, it's not your fault. And it's kind of the daddy fault. You know what I'm saying?
Just say it. Call it out.
It is. You know what I'm saying? Because when they're going through those vital ages of 10 through teenage years, they want guidance. They want a man to say, no, boy, you sit your butt down and you do this.
And you're not going anywhere.
Exactly. But the mother who's the nurturer, he said, I'm trying to do all I can. And when a mom says that, she literally means that. I'm trying to do all I can. So I'm going to give you food. I'm going to give you the games. I'm going to let you go hang out with your friends. I'm going to buy you clothes. I'm going to do you this thing. But that's not what he needs.
Yeah, that's not what he needs.
That's not what he needs. He needs somebody to say, sit your butt down, go do this. And I never got that. You know, I got it for a little while until my grandfather got maybe like 70. Then he kind of checked out a little bit, you know, so I never got that. So I was mad at my mom, right? So now I'm like, okay, I can't blame her.
Right.
For what not that she couldn't do it.
But she didn't know to do it. She wasn't trained to do it. Yeah.
Right. So yeah, hope that answered your question. God, we just.
No. All right. And then our last question for the day, this was posed from someone in studio. He asked, after learning you were betrayed, did you forgive the person? And if so, how long did it take?
Ooh, that came from me. Yeah. He what's his name?
Well, it's Ricky, but it's just
Ricky. You put that in?
No, I didn't.
No, okay. it's an in studio question.
Oh, that's a person in studio. Okay.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay, that's so petty. But anyway, yes. I did forgive the person, but it took me a minute because I forgave my dad. And let me just go on ahead and say I forgave my dad because again, I had to look that in the face and understand where he was in that time and the tools he had. But I can say this. In forgiving my dad, it was a process for me to forgive myself because I had to also understand through all of these things that I knew something was off. I never had the strength or the ability to ask questions. I knew something was off. I couldn't put my finger on what that thing was, but I knew something was off.
Right.
As I said to you guys, God has given me a gift to be able to discern. And so it was easier for me to kind of act like I didn't know what was going on, but I knew something was off. And so, yes, I have forgave him. I forgave him, and but I've also chosen to keep a portion of that family over there because they also knew they were a part of the abuse and they used it to weaponize me.
Right.
And so because you're that type of person, I'm electing not to deal with you because you come with such a venom that you don't deserve to be in my space.
Wow.
Take it how you take it.
Yeah. You know, that's the part that I love and don't like because it's almost over. But I knew it was going to go by quick.
Yeah.
I want to start with the final thought and I want you to close it out if you could.
Okay.
Number one, I'm going to say this. I love you very much.
Wow. I love you more.
I do. So,
It's all right. That's all right. God knows this was a show that we needed to do for us. Yeah. He's good.
I'm gonna tell you why, because like I said, I'm really big on being better for myself. Mm-hmm. And I know it comes with doing this right here. Mm-hmm. Thank you. I know it comes with being open, being vulnerable. And I realize that that's just my purpose in life. Mm-hmm. You know, is to be better for myself so I could be better for everybody else, right? But I want more than anything for us to be together.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes.
That's really it. So and these are actually tears of joy. I'm not sad.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know.
Because I'm happy because all the stuff I've done in life, I've always, again, I'm gonna keep saying that I want to be better, but this is another milestone for me. Mm-hmm. You know, to be able to say, no, I did the thing I didn't really want to do. I don't want to act. I'll be honest with you. I'll be honest with you. Yeah, they know me. When people who know me, I do not like asking for help. Mm-hmm. I don't want to say, hey, can you help me
out? That's the hardest thing for me to do.
Oh, God, no. So I'm happy for myself and I'm happy for you. And I'm happy that you allowed me to be here. And that I did something I didn't want to do. And I feel better about doing it. And I feel the growth continuing to happen, which means that God is continuing to use me in different areas and that I will and I have achieved the success that I see in my head. Mm-hmm. And it just gets better from here. So That's all I got.
I want to say this, and you did say I can close this show out, right?
Yes, I did.
I want to say that I am so honored to be on the Rickey Show. Yes, this Rickey Show was fulfilling for me. Yeah. It was affirmation for me of where God has brought me from and taking me to. Being able to sit here with my family and be transparent and be honest and watch you be vulnerable.
Right.
I want to say to you, the hardest thing is to be able to be honest, but it's the most fulfilling thing. But you also have to know when to say, I can't bring you over here.
Right.
We can't bring everything in to the space that God never intended for them to be.
Right.
And that's a hard pill because we want to bring everybody along.
Right.
That don't mean we don't have to love them. That don't mean we have to. We don't care about them. I'm speaking for myself. I love my family that covered up the lie. That was a part of the lie.
Wow.
I love them, but I'm choosing in this journey. You can't come where God is taking me because you have that spirit of deception. And a spirit of deception will destroy an individual. And until God show me something different, I'm going to love you from afar.
Yeah.
But when it comes to my Father, and I'm looking you and I'm looking this camera, I have forgiven my dad. I love my dad. I know my dad loved me without a shadow of a doubt. But he gave me the very best of what he can give me with the tools that he have. Mm. And so with that being said, this has been an amazing show.
Yes, it has.
And doing business with family, it's just like doing business with anybody else. It's about character.
Oof, yes. And this is proof that it can happen, y'all. You just got to cut the bullshit.
Cut it out. Cut it out. And we'll see you next time. Am I coming back? You going to bring me back?
Aaron, go ahead and just book the next show.
I love it.
Matter of fact, we didn't get to none of the questions.
Oh, we have no. Hey, we just had a conversation. I love this.
Yes, indeed. Until next time, y'all. Bye. Peace.
We're out of here.